Hey now, for many years we have loved our Breville Duotemp Pro, and my mother-in-law was in need of a new espresso machine, so we talked her into getting Breville, and because her house is essentially a revolving door of people coming through and her serving up coffee, she needed something that could blast out a whole ton of coffee, so she got the Barista Express. Now, I wanted to take a look at it before she got it, so we're actually going to sneakily open this up and see exactly what this machine's all about. So when we open this up here, what do we got? Woo. Oh, we have manuals and stuff up in the very top. Naturally, got a cleaning kit, a little tamper here for the espresso. Ooh, the razor, premium dose trimming tool for the basket. Sweet. Of course, we've got that for the actual espresso, and filter baskets. A couple of items in here. So you have that for your milk frothing. Oh, and then this will be the reservoir for the coffee beans up top. Everything's wrapped really nicely in this plastic. So then, of course, our drip tray comes out. We'll have this little tray in the back where you can put your extra tools, extra filter baskets, all that kind of stuff. The actual drip tray is wrapped up in plastic. Do you think I'm going to have to rewrap all of this before we give it to her? Oh, I swear it didn't come wrapped in anything. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is really quite slick. So inside the filter basket box here, we have the single wall filter one. This is what you would use for the fresh ground coffee coming right out of the machine right now. And then we've got a dual wall filter, or two dual wall filters, and you would use these with pre-ground coffee that you've purchased. And here is the other single wall filter that already comes pre-installed. You can just pop them out to change them out. Just pop that up. Looks like there are some items inside of it as well. Let's pop this off and take a look. And we have the water filters and the actual piece that comes down and holds that into place. And this. Of course, this water reservoir should be cleaned out prior to use. So we're just going to give that a nice little wash down with some soapy water and rinse it out. We've got the tamper, which just there's just a magnet that just holds it up in place there, nice and out of the way. We've got the bean hopper here, which goes up in the top. There's really only one way that it wants to go on. Once it does, you can pull off this lid, and there's this thing that says turn to lock, which we're going to do. Then that holds that into place. And that can be filled with beans. Of course, this is just whole beans that go in this. You wouldn't be using ground beans in there because this is a grinder. So after cleaning out this reservoir, I just threw in some water. I really like here, so not only do you have your minimum line and your max up here, 2 liters, that's fantastic, but you also have this descale amount, so you know exactly how much you need to have in here in order to run a descale cycle. Now, because I'm a sweetheart and didn't want to use one of her filters, I just pulled our filter out of our Breville machine. They are interchangeable, and I just popped it into here. So I opened up the cleaning kit, and on the inside of that, we've got a little brush. We've got this for cleaning up the wand, all kinds of stuff here. We also have this little insert that'll go in the portafilter when you go to use the tabs to actually clean that out. Also a little Allen key here. We've got the razor. These are pretty slick. You just sit there and you can take your, once you have your grounds in here and you've tamped them down, you can set it inside and just give it a little spin, and it cleans off any excess excess coffee that's on there. Now, in using this, I am going to use my own because these are all interchangeable, so you can see that it actually fits onto her machine here as well. And then we've got the dosing assembly here, which just goes into the grinder, and then it holds it in place here, and then we can get some beans to go through. But before I do that, we need to just sort of flush the system. So I'm going to power this on. And that pump's going to get primed for the first time. While that's happening, I will also note that, so for this little tool setup, you just stick it in there, and then it'll come sliding out with the drip tray. And just in opening up a little nice milk cup here, we also have descaler solution that is inside that package. So now, since we're doing this for the first time, I'm just going to go ahead and run some water through here. So now that we've flushed the group head there, we're also going to, ooh, I like the way that that steamer wand moves around. So we're just going to run some water through there. We'll do so by turning this dial forward. As I discovered, you can see on the side here that there is an indicator for the steam. Running for the first time. Just making sure that's nice and clean. We're going to do that for 10 seconds. That's good enough. And then also we should probably do the hot water, and you can see there's a hot water dispenser right here. Beautiful. All right, I believe we are ready to make a coffee. So I have some espresso beans up there in the hopper, and I've just taken the dosing funnel and just twisted it on there. You don't actually have to use this, but this helps achieve a consistent grind. So in order to get that to work, you just put this in there, press it once like I did, and it is auto grinding, and it will stop when you want. You can adjust between a single and a double fill. So that's how much it put into there for a double. I'm going to remove that and just tamp it down here. Now this is also where you could use the razor and give it a little spin just to make sure that you've got your, just to make sure that you've got it nice and clean. However, I don't want to dirty her razor. So this is the part where I discover that I don't own very many espresso cups because we're always making lattes and Americanos around here. So I've got a couple of cups set up here, and we're going to try out the dual espresso setup. It smells amazing. Nice little crema on there. Beautiful.
It automatically shuts off. You don't just, doesn't just run and run and run.
Okay, I'm laughing here because my wife has commented on how it's just got the nice little program feature. You don't have to tell it when to turn on and turn off. It just automatically will turn off and give you the perfect pour. She really likes that feature. Something's telling me that my mother-in-law might not be getting this machine. We'll tell her that it was lost. So you can enjoy your espresso as is, or I've just got some nice whole milk. And we will steam. Now one thing that I've found with other Brevilles, and we're going to do the same thing here, is if you have that loud hiss, you just kind of raise up that wand, let it sort of purge just a little bit, right at the edge of the milk, and then once that quiets down, you can just set it back in there. This is warming really quite quickly, which is great. I'm just going to let it froth a little bit here. And turn it off. So I just quickly cleaned off the wand there and purged it. And you can see there's a beautiful little cafe. So let us go ahead, get our espresso into here. I am not a fancy coffee maker, but it looks beautiful. So that espresso, rich, dark, beautiful, luscious, and a little latte here. Creamy, fantastic. I really love how quickly that steamer heated up that milk and got it nice and frothy, nice and hot. A little quicker than some other machines that I've seen for sure. I think one of the most impressive features of this for me is the fact that a lot of the original parts from our old machine would theoretically work on this. We've got the water filter, the portafilter that works the same in all this. There's nothing more infuriating than buying a new product and finding that some of the accessories and whatnot, even like the tamper here, wouldn't work in a newer model. Because, you know, I find it infuriating when you buy a new product and some of the accessories or some of the parts that are sort of adjacent to what you're actually working with don't fit the newer model. So big shout out to Breville on that. You've got a customer for life. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to give this to her. I don't know. I mean, if I am, the real problem here is how I'm going to get all these coffee grounds out, get this repackaged to make it look like I never got into it. This might be taking sneakiness to 11.